Insomniac Games has sprung another leak. This time we're talking about the Green Goblin, what he looks like, and the pretty awesome design, if I'm being honest. Well, I suppose this is the Insomniac leak that keeps on giving. Now, of course, I should say that just because it's a leak, it doesn't mean that it's the final version. A lot of people are dead set on believing all these leaks are what's going to make it into the final version, which isn't true. If you've seen the art book for these games and you looked at it, a lot of times the concept art, like the one we're talking about with the Green Goblin, which is a link down below on the website, you guys will see that there's plenty of concept art that was designed for multiple characters in this series that doesn't resemble the final version. It could just be that this is a leak of one of the potential end results that we could see in the sequels. So what we have here is Green Goblin with, green skin. He's got the Green Goblin face, a sinister smile, a pumpkin bomb, and we see him wearing armor that's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, with a sleeves cut off trench coat that has a purple inside that reminds me of something that like a vampire would wear, I'll be real with you. And a lot of like stylish, interesting belts, loops, and all sorts of just like ragtag, random pieces of cloth around his arms. And I think he looks good. If this was the final version that's going to appear in the final game, I can picture him on a Goblin glider just fully the way he is in this concept art, being brought into 3D, dropped into this series, and he makes sense. Like, it's pretty much the best case scenario design for this version of Goblin. It pulls from the comics, it pulls classic elements, pulls redesigns, and puts them all into one with a interesting Insomniac spin that I think works here. Now, I have seen some people say that they heard that he was going to be more like the Ultimates version of Goblin, and if you know how that goes, you know, he kind of just hulks out and essentially becomes like abomination-looking Green Goblin that hurls fireballs from his hands. Honestly, he looks like something out of the Doom video games, more so than Spider-Man, I'll be real with you, but it is a design. Luckily, they're not doing this, and I can see why people would have believed that they were doing this, so I think we're safe. If they go with the design we got in this leak, honestly, in my opinion, I think it's great. It's kind of like what I wished the Green Goblin would have looked like in the Spider-Man films. And I think that's the highest compliment I can give it. If I think it looks good on film and could work, then that means the video games have nailed it. So it's not too often that the games do better, but here's an instance.